If you own a home in Dallas-Fort Worth, you've likely seen your property value increase as the metroplex continues to grow. But if you're a renter, rising rents and fewer affordable options might make it feel like home ownership is out of reach. That's the dual reality of the Dallas-Fort Worth housing market, a region with strong economic growth and rising demand, but also challenges like affordability struggles and tight competition. In this video, I'll share what's happened in the past year, where the market stands today, and what you can expect as we head into 2025. Whether you're planning to buy, sell, or stay put, these insights will help you navigate the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market effectively. By starting to look back at 2024 and even further by going all the way back to the pandemic, we saw a crazy market when interest rates dropped to the threes and even got into the twos. In 2020 and 2021, we saw 20 to 30% jump in market value. I think we were all a little nervous about how it would play out, but what we've seen in the DFW market this year is only about a 1% drop in value coming out of the pandemic and the higher interest rates, which shows us how truly steadfast the DFW market really is. Inventory in Dallas-Fort Worth rose significantly this year, up 50% compared to 2023. So it gave buyers more options and eased the intense competition we've seen in the past years. However, we're still far from a balanced market as supply really remains below that 6-month benchmark that we need to stabilize pricing. The median home prices in the Dallas-Fort Worth area really held steady, hovering around that $400,000 mark. That's largely due to continued demand fueled by population growth and real corporate expansion. While home prices didn't skyrocket, they also didn't completely drop as some predicted. Why is the market still competitive? Well, the answer lies in DFW's appeal. From job opportunities to quality of life, people keep moving here, and that steady demand keeps the market strong. If you are renting, it's no secret that affordability is a real issue. Average rents in Dallas has increased by 43% over the past decade, with the typical monthly rent now being right under $1,800, about $1,787. And it makes it challenging for renters to save for a down payment and enter into the housing market. Many renters are actually exploring nearby cities like Princeton and Aubrey for more affordable options, even all the way up to Denton. But even these areas are feeling the pressure as demand really spills over from the metroplex. The key takeaway, transitioning from renting to owning in DFW actually requires strategic planning and a clear financial strategy. Looking ahead to 2025, interest rates are expected to drop slightly, possibly dipping below that 6% mark sometime in the spring. While this could actually make home ownership more affordable in theory, it's likely to increase competition as more buyers are going to re-enter the market. So hot suburbs like Plano, Grapevine, Frisco, and South Lake are probably going to remain highly competitive, and first-time buyers will need to act fast to secure entry-level homes. And actually, townhomes and condos may offer a more accessible option, but even those markets are expected to stay competitive. With single-family homes becoming less accessible, especially inside the metroplex, more buyers are turning to townhomes and condos. These properties have grown in popularity, especially in urban areas like downtown Fort Worth, downtown Dallas, and Addison. As of 2024, inventory for condos and townhomes is up significantly by over 160% for condos. So this provides more options for buyers, but competition remains fierce. Early preparation is essential to securing a property in these areas. We see a lot of home buyers moving to the edges of the Dallas-Fort Worth area because the affordability tends to be a little bit better. Now, the DFW job market does continue to drive demand for housing. Hubs like Plano's Legacy West and Irving's Las Colinas, they've attracted major corporation expansions, creating high-paying jobs that bring new residents to the area. We're also seeing it in the Colony and Frisco. The influx of out-of-state buyers, particularly from California, has further fueled the demand, with many bringing larger budgets that impact pricing all across the market segments. Now, here are 3 things to watch for in 2025. One is continued demand. With economic growth and corporate relocations, the metroplex will remain a top destination for home buyers. 2, limited supply. While inventory is improving, it's still not enough to meet market demand, which keeps competition higher. And 3, interest rate impact. If the rates do drop, we're likely to see increased buyer activity, which could drive prices higher, especially for entry-level homes. So if you are thinking of purchasing, it's one mindset is to go ahead and purchase at the interest rates we have now and refi later, because it's a pro and con. You're getting a higher interest rate, but we're getting better negotiation power on the purchase side. We are not going to have that negotiating power if rates do drop, because it's going to become very much a seller's market, and you won't be able to negotiate, and you may even have to get into a multiple offer situation where it's going to drive up that price. So I tell a lot of my customers, if you can get the house you want at a 6% interest rate, 6.5% interest rate, do it, and then refi later so that you're not having to go up against all of those multiple offer situations and potentially pay more than the property is actually valued at, which is what we saw during the pandemic. One thing I do want to point out with 2025 is that we have new construction galore around the outer edges of the metroplex. And so new construction home sales have just skyrocketed. And I think it's because you're getting a brand new home with warranties, but it's also in highly desirable areas because you are getting a suburban feel. You're getting safe, you're getting fresh and new. And a lot of times these new subdivisions that are being built in these cities on the outskirts of the Dallas-Fort Worth area have really, really excellent schools. And so it's attracting a lot of the people that are moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area because of the bright and shiny and highly rated school districts in those subdivisions. A couple of the areas that I think are going to see really great growth are Frisco. Obviously, everybody knows I love Frisco. I think Salina is going to see huge growth in 2025. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the nation right now. Princeton is not talked about, very undervalued by people and their conversations, but it's growing so quickly that Princeton actually put their permitting system on hold so that the city can catch up with the infrastructure. So there's a lot of new construction going out in Princeton, and you can still get a house in Princeton in the 300,000s with really great interest rates. You can also go out to cities like Fate and Lavon. They're giving houses in the 200s. So yes, affordability, I think, is hard when you get closer into the metroplex, but there's still really great viability on the outer edges that are going to keep you within 30 to 40 minutes of Dallas. So if you need affordability, you want good school systems and maybe better interest rates because builders have incentives. We have been able to get such great incentives lately by getting money off the purchase price, getting money to go towards your closing costs, and even rate buy downs or initial rate offers are, 4.9%. So what I predict in 2025 is that new construction will still remain a very viable option for people that are choosing to sell and then buy another property, upgrade, downsize, whatever it is. If you're moving here from a different state, just talk to us because we know so many of the builders and get those great incentives. So the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market does offer really great opportunities, and we have so many people moving here. But preparation is key. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, having a clear strategy and the right guidance can make all the difference. So from renters aiming to buy, consider starting with a condo or a townhome to lock in your housing payment and begin building that equity. I've talked about house hacking in Frisco. And for anyone looking to navigate this competitive market, I'm here to help. So if you're ready to explore your options, reach out for a no-pressure consultation with me. Let's work together to make your real estate goals a reality in 2025.